Back tonight on Wyoming SportsLine, I'm Jerrad Anderson. Our pleasure to go to the phone now and welcome in former Wyoming Cowboy quarterback, and now he's the Senior Associate AD for Development and Revenue Enhancement, Randy Welniak. Randy, that's quite a mouthful. Do you ever confuse yourself on your title?
Yeah, it's best just to say Assistant AD. Makes it a lot easier for everybody.
All right, I got you. Assistant AD is a lot easier for me. How much involvement do you still have with the Cowboy Joe Club?
I still have oversight of the Cowboy Joe Club on the development side of things, as well as all of our ticket revenue. So really, anything that has to do with self-generated revenue on the athletic side, that's my deal.
What's going on with the Cowboy Joe Club right now, and what kind of things are you in the process of doing?
You know, there's been a lot. We had a great year last year, had a record year with memberships. We exceeded the $3 million mark, which was something we've never done before, and we're pretty excited about that. But, you know, there's a new year now in front of us, and we've got some lofty goals, and we expect to exceed that quite a bit this year. And part of that is due to, you know, the success, of course, of the basketball program. That was huge for us this last year, and the excitement around the football program, too. And then the fact that the state of Wyoming has just recently appropriated a matching fund for up to $5 million for everything that we raise dollar for dollar starting April 1st. So we have our work cut out for us, but we're really looking forward to that challenge.
The matching fund was certainly something I was going to ask you about. Just how big is that for the University of Wyoming, and do you hope, obviously, that's something that continues in the future?
Yeah, no, that's huge. When you look at an athletic department budget of $30 million and have an influx of $5 million in 1 year, that has a huge effect on what we do operationally, and provides some flexibility for Tom Berman and some of our business folks to appropriate funds in some areas that we definitely need to make some enhancements and some improvements. And you know, one of the biggest things is we're looking at reinstating a training table. And that's a significant expense, but when you look at developing student athletes, both physically and mentally, you have to look at not only the strength and conditioning side, but the nutritional aspect of it too. And these funds are gonna help us provide that money to have a true definition of a training table.
Will there be anything new with the Cowboy Joe Club or donors can look forward to for the fall, the start of football season? Is that kind of a work in progress right now?
You know, we're gearing up our staff. We're probably going to add one more development staff person here this spring. And it's really, Jerrad, comes down to person-to-person contact. You know, you can do a lot of different programs and incentives, but when it comes right down to it, that person-to-person contact and building relationships with people is what it's all about, and that's how we plan to increase our revenue within athletics and within the Cowboy Joe Club.
Talking with Randy Welniak again from the University of Wyoming. Just how critical is the support of that Cowboy Joe Club and your donors at all levels, not necessarily just the big donors, maybe the families that can only afford a little bit, or an individual that wants to just make a small donation?
That's a great point there, and it's not, you know, we have had the misperception in the past that it's, you know, just for the elite and the people that have a lot of money, and that's absolutely not the case. And we work with a lot of people that at the entry level or at the $100 level. In fact, one point that we always like to make is, out of the Cowboy Joe memberships that we have, the $100 level composes almost $250,000 of revenue for us on an annual basis. And with the state matching, that's nearly $500,000 as a result of people making a $100 donation. So there's nothing too small that people can donate and help us out.
Only have a couple more questions about the Cowboy Joe Club for you, Randy, and then we'll move on to a couple of sports-related questions. Want to get your thoughts on that basketball team and look ahead to football. But just curiously, if somebody is saying, well, I'd love to support the university, but I'm not sure where that money goes necessarily, what would you tell them?
Yeah, you know, the Cowboy Joe Club we do generate revenue for our student athletes, and that's some of the misperceptions out there. We're funding all the coaches' salaries and everything else. Yeah, there's some opportunities for us to do some enhancements, but the money that we generate through Cowboy Joe Club memberships goes to student athlete scholarships, and we have about a $4.5 million expense that we incur every year just strictly for scholarships for our kids or student athletes here, and that's what we hope to do is generate enough revenue to cover that cost. So that's where it's going.
And I know there's a lot of avenues that people can go to get more information, but is there a preferred route if somebody might be new to looking into the Cowboy Joe Club or helping you guys out?
Sure. They can either go on our athletic department website at gowyo.com, or we have our own website as well. It's cowboyjoeclub.com. You can access it and get a lot more information than what I can provide, and details a lot of the benefits of being a Cowboy Joe member, what the money is used for, and if you're interested in getting better parking for football or basketball, it kind of gives you a guideline of what you can contribute to be able to get better parking or maybe better seating for football or basketball.
He's Randy Welniak from the University of Wyoming. Our conversation continues in just a couple of minutes. We'll chat basketball and football next.